This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSP TV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, as the area braces for a holiday storm, we have some information as you prepare for Old Man Winter's first punch of the season. Hello and welcome to FYI News 13 on SSP TV. I'm Ken Kara. Here's some headlines from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. A 71-year-old woman was struck and killed this morning while crossing the street in Hazleton. According to city police, the woman was crossing from the east side of Church Street to the west when she was struck by a vehicle traveling south on Church Street. She was pronounced dead at the scene. Police tell us that the driver of the vehicle has not been charged at this time, pending the outcome of the investigation. There is no word on the identity of the victim or the driver of the car. Police are asking anyone who witnessed the incident or who has any information to call them immediately. A winter storm watch will be in effect for our area from the National Weather Service from Wednesday morning until Thursday morning. A coastal storm may drop 7+ inches of snow. The higher elevations, hello Hazleton, will have the best chance to see that 7+ inches. The National Weather Service encourages you to keep checking local forecasts and statements, and you can do so on their website at weather.gov. We'll have the complete forecast a little later on FYI. Because of the forecast, many municipalities are already announcing the first snow bans of the year. The Weatherly Police Department has announced that their snow ban will go into effect tonight at 8 p.m. The City of Hazleton has announced that its snow ban will be in effect starting tonight at midnight. Parking is allowed on the even addressed side of the street in Hazleton. The Borough of Freeland is also putting its snow parking ban into effect at midnight this evening. West Hazleton Mayor Frank Schmidt tells FYI that the borough's snow parking ban will go into effect tomorrow morning, Wednesday at 8 a.m. The mayor says that streets where parking will not be allowed are posted with snow ban signs. Other communities are sure to follow suit, so pay attention to the parking restrictions in your town. The threat of snow has forced the cancellation of an annual church service in our area. Carolyn Tobias, a member of the board of directors for the historic Brainerd Church in Sybertsville, tells FYI that the church's annual Thanksgiving Eve service scheduled for Wednesday night at 7 p.m. has been canceled due to the forecast. The board apologizes for any inconvenience and looks forward to seeing everyone at the annual Easter Dawn service. The board wishes everyone a happy and safe Thanksgiving. Are you ready for the return of Old Man Winter? Is your car ready? PennDOT Regional Press Director James May has some advice for all of us who will be driving this winter season.
This is the time of year that it's really good to go out and do a once-over on your car, take it into a mechanic to make sure that your car is ready to go. When we saw what happened up in Buffalo this past week, you're reminded how quickly a storm can come in, and you don't want to ever be stranded because of a mechanical defect with your car. Make sure you have good tires on your car. If you want to even get snow tires, that's probably not a bad idea, but make sure that the tires are really good. Make sure that all your fluids are where they should be. Make sure you have a really good battery, because you don't want to get stranded somewhere with a bad battery. Make sure that your windshield wipers are good, that they don't streak, and just have a mechanic go over the entire car to make sure that you're not going to be stranded because of a mechanical defect.
In case you ever do become stranded, May advises everyone to have a winter emergency kit in the back of your car.
So make sure that you have a good flashlight, batteries, jumper cable, cell phone with a good charger. Make sure that you have any type of non-perishable foods that you would need, blankets, candles, matches. And then think through what are the things that you would need that maybe are unique to you and your family. Perhaps it's some sort of medication that you would need or something else along those lines. Even contact lens, cleaner, all of those type of things to say, okay, what are the things that I would need for 24 hours if I was stuck? And what are the things that are unique to me?
For a complete list of items to put in that winter emergency kit, you can log on to justdrivepa.com. And for the latest road conditions, visit 511pa.com, which is free and available 24 hours a day, providing traffic delay warnings, weather forecasts, traffic speed information, and access to more than 700 traffic cameras. 511pa is also available through a smartphone app and by calling 511. Well, if Old Man Winter does bring a measurable amount of snow tomorrow, caution is the word. Caution when walking on snow-covered surfaces and caution when it comes to snow shoveling as well. We talked with Phil Benio Jr., a licensed physician assistant who is seen with his father, Dr. Philip Benio on It's Your Health, which airs right here on SSP TV.
You know, we don't think about when we go outside to shovel, or do things, there's ice, there's black ice, we can slip and fall, break things. things that are raised up or stairs attached to our house, they're going to freeze a little bit faster. It's also important, that we, do some stretching and do some, some type of little exercise before we go out and shovel. That is aerobic hard work, okay? And if you're not in great physical health, maybe you shouldn't be doing it. People who have cardiovascular disease, we've been able to show that when they take a deep breath of cold air, that can actually induce some coronary artery spasm and induce a heart attack. And so, yes, it does happen when you have these older guys and gals out shoveling snow, they can have a heart attack. It's very strenuous activity. So I think it's important also, to just be cautious here in the winter. The winter can claim lives. A broken hip in someone over the age of 75 is a game changer. So these are the things I think it's important to watch out for as we get into our winter season.
And remember, we will have your forecast coming up a little later here on FYI. If you're traveling to grandmother's house or anywhere this Thanksgiving holiday, remember to take a safety break. To help prevent drowsy driving, local nonprofit organizations will be out serving up free coffee to help you stay alert.
With all the traffic on the road this year, and as we've done in the past, PennDOT offers safety breaks at the area rest areas throughout northeastern Pennsylvania. And which is good is local community groups, Boy Scout groups, church groups, are out there providing the coffee and refreshments, and they're only asking for a minor donation. But mostly it's free, and they're out there aiding the drivers.
Mike Toludo is the safety press officer for PennDOT. The special safety breaks will be available at various times at rest areas on Interstates 80, 81, and 84, as well as the Metamoras and Great Bend Welcome Centers starting tomorrow and continuing through Sunday. While we do not have any school announcements as of yet, the Hazleton Area School District has announced that if school would have to be canceled tomorrow because of the weather, there would have to be school on Monday, December 1st to make up for that day. Again, we have no school cancellations to report at this time. The Hazleton Area School District is stepping up efforts to raise funds and has created a new nonprofit branch entitled the Hazleton Area Education Foundation. Last night, the board voted to create a new position, Community Relations Director, who will oversee the special fundraising and publicity campaigns. The board also hired Lainey Drobnock for the new job. Board President Robbie Wallace says other districts have succeeded in raising money by selling stadium naming rights. The board hopes that by utilizing naming rights, alumni gifts, and endowments from businesses, it too can raise funds for the local district. Tonight we have a reminder from the City of Hazleton's Department of Public Services. Hazleton Public Transit reminds everyone that there will be no bus service this Thursday, Thanksgiving Day. All bus service will resume on Friday. The HPT office will also be closed both Thursday and Friday. Coming up next, we'll preview the next show in the Greater Hazleton Concert Series, and local basketball coach Pat Brogan is hosting a fundraiser. We have all the information in sports.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSP TV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Well, if you didn't know already, November is National Adoption Month. We're here on Care for Kids in Brandon's Forever Home, located right on Church Street in the city of Hazleton, across from Columbus Park. We're back with Lori O'Gurkis to extend our talk on what Brandon's Forever Home is about, and more importantly, what it's doing for this community and surrounding areas. So thanks for having us back.
Thanks for having me. November is National Adoption Month, and that's always a great month for me. It epitomizes, the finish line, that a lot of families started in this journey and then they ended up as a forever family. And so National Adoption Month is celebrated throughout the country, and we are celebrating it at Brandon's Forever Home as well.
Okay. What is the message that you would like to get out to the community as far as National Adoption Month?
Well, from my experience right now locally, there were 75 children who were adopted from Luzerne County's foster care system. And that is a great number for me. It's showing me that there's hope, that there's children who are coming through the system and able to get adopted into loving homes. So for people who are waiting for a child, especially, because I work with a lot of families who are struggling and waiting for that call, I recommend don't give up. You know, don't give up, because there's 75 children who were just adopted this month, and there's one child who's waiting on that family, on you, to have the courage to consider adoption from foster care.
What are some of the statistics when we talk about foster and adoption?
Well, typically, you know, a child who doesn't get adopted, it's not really a successful life for them. They end up becoming homeless. Only 3% ever attend college, if that's even a prospect. They drop out of school, don't get their GED, end up in jail, end up pregnant. So, and the cycle begins again. And then their children end up in care. And it is cyclical. You know, it's generational. And we're trying to affect change and change that.
And we are doing that with your help in this community, the business community, volunteerism here in Greater Hazleton and throughout the entire community. There are businesses reaching out to us, and we have been showing you the result of the message that we'd like to send, and this community really giving back an outpour of support.
Yes, this community is phenomenal. You know, they're good people, and whenever I go and I say we need help with something, they always come out full force for our cause. We were able to obtain 25 gift certificates for children who were adopted locally from foster care. They're going to be given to them this November 22nd at in a celebration, an adoption celebration, as well as Rebecca Bicking. She's a phenomenal photographer, and she donated a portrait, a family portrait, to be raffled off to one of the 75 families who are in attendance.
So they're getting Regal Cinema movie passes. They're getting to get their portrait taken just as part of this one event for National Adoption Month.
Yes, and even on our Facebook site, we had Ms. Shatter. She's another phenomenal photographer. She is giving away a gift certificate to someone who adopted from the foster care system. So there's many opportunities to get involved and be excited and be enthused, knowing that, you know, it's a wait, but it's worth the wait, and a child is counting on you. You know, there's many children waiting in care. There's not enough families encouraging or being encouraged to adopt from foster care, and that's what our goal is, to make the process smoother, make it legally a little bit more easier for people to walk themselves through the system, so that they end up at the finish line with a beautiful family, a forever family.
Give the gift of giving this holiday season. You can contact us through Facebook or through Lori O'Gurkis, even through SSP TV. Every week we're talking about care for kids, and we're exploring right now Brandon's Forever Home. We'll see you next week.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
You're looking at the calm before the storm, and everyone please stay calm tomorrow because we are expecting some snow. It's time for our local forecast from the National Weather Service. Here's what we can expect tonight. Scattered flurries between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. and then a chance of snow showers after 5 a.m. The low will be 29 degrees. On the extended forecast, we do have that winter storm watch in effect from Wednesday morning through Thursday morning, and Wednesday we will have snow mainly after 7 a.m. The high will be 32, and new snow accumulation we can expect that to be around 6 inches. Wednesday night, snow mainly before 3 a.m. and then a slight chance of flurries after that. New snow accumulation around 2 inches. On Thanksgiving Day, there is a chance of snow showers, 30% chance. The high will be 33 on Thanksgiving night. The low will be 18 degrees, a small chance of snow showers. Friday, mostly sunny, a high near 29. Friday night, partly cloudy with a low of 18. On Saturday, it's a partly sunny day, a high of 34. Saturday night will be mostly cloudy with a low of 30 degrees.
Just in time for the holiday season, the Greater Hazleton Concert Series will present its 4th concert in the 2014-15 series. And here to tell us all about it is Amelia Bergeron, who is the president of the Greater Hazleton Concert Series. Thank you for being here. I understand this is one of the most beautiful performances anyone will see, and it's timed beautifully for the holiday season.
Yes, it is. We are going to inaugurate the holiday season with one of the premier pop orchestras in the United States. We are going to provide our audience, I'm very excited about this, with a Viennese Christmas with a Hollywood Concert Orchestra. And I must tell our audience that we have had this group a few years ago, and we sold out then. We could have had a second performance. So everybody get your tickets if you haven't gotten them yet. The orchestra is comprised of 36 instrumentalists, and there are 4 vocalists. So we will have those kinds of songs. We will have audience participation. We will have the music of Sigmund Romberg and Victor Herbert, who are known as 2 of the best writers of light opera music. We will have that music, and they will end with the Radetzky March, as I said. And I only wish I had the capabilities of letting those balloons fall down from the ceiling upon the audience as they do in Vienna, but I can't figure that one out. But the audience, some of the audience will get a surprise, which they will have to come and see what it is. John Giotino is the producer of this group, he and his wife, Judith. And they have been associated with greats like Percy Faith and Montavani and Arthur Fiedler from the Boston Pops. Their orchestras have played for such people like Sarah Lawrence, Carol Lawrence, Rosemary Clooney, Boots Randolph, and those types of performers. So their orchestras have played for them. So they must be good. And I must say this, that this has to be an exceptionally fine performance, because every presenter who has provided this performance has had them back for a return engagement. And many have had them back several times. And by the way, they have performed in over 200 cities in the United States and abroad.
Wow. a lot of information about a wonderful performance that is upcoming Tuesday, December 2nd, 7:30 p.m. at Hazleton Area High School. So limited tickets at the door, if at all?
Well, there will be tickets sold at the door because people do not realize that we seat 1,600, and that's a lot of seats. But I would advise them to guarantee their ticket, that they perhaps call me and that I would put their name on a will call list. This guarantees their tickets. If someone should walk into the door and we are near to being closed out, we can't accept those tickets.
And how much are the tickets?
The tickets are $30 for adults and $10 for students.
All right. Well, it sounds like a wonderful price for a wonderful performance. Beautiful way to start, as she said, the holiday season coming up with the Viennese Christmas, the Hollywood Concert Orchestra, taking place Tuesday, December 2nd at 7:30 p.m. at Hazleton Area High School. Call Amelia at 570-788-4864 or go to hazeltonconcertseries.org. They're also on Facebook for more information on this fabulous concert performance.
One lucky FYI viewer will win 1 pair of tickets to see a Viennese Christmas on Tuesday, December 2nd at the Hazleton Area High School. Call us now, 570-455-7267, extension 104. Leave us your name and phone number, and we will draw 1 lucky name at random. Speaking of random, here's today's Pennsylvania Lottery midday winning numbers. The daily number 944, the big 4, 6738, Quinto 21837, and Treasure Hunt 18, 19, 21, 25, and 27. Next up, we'll tell you about a local coach helping out a good cause after this break.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
At one point, Hazleton's Pat Brogan was coaching major college basketball at Penn State. Then he was hit by a car while riding his bike, and his life changed forever. He would eventually be diagnosed with dystonia. According to the Dystonia Foundation's website, dystonia is characterized by persistent or intermittent muscle contractions causing abnormal, often repetitive movements, postures, or both. Pat Brogan, who is now the head coach of the Crestwood High School girls basketball team, is getting ready to host the 11th annual Help Find a Cure for Dystonia benefit at the Hazleton Elks Lodge on December 19th.
Oh, you look at me, I'm one of the lucky ones who deep brain stimulation has had a positive effect for me. For some people, it doesn't work. There still is no cure, and to this day, it's the most misunderstood and misdiagnosed brain disorder. So we're just trying to raise money and awareness to promote research and medicine so that we can find a cure. Right now, there's over 500,000 just in North America who have dystonia. It could be your whole body, it could be half your body, it could be just your eyelids. It could attack anybody, anytime through, if you have the gene for dystonia, or in my case, I was hit by a car on a bicycle and the brain trauma caused my dystonia.
The fundraiser includes entertainment, homemade food, and a silent sports memorabilia auction. There's no charge to get in, but donations will be accepted. And once you're inside, you'll get to personally meet someone who will be putting your money to great use.
But the other thing is, I'm also humbled because when you come to the event and you meet a girl like Stephanie Zaya from Boston, and she's 25 and she's just prone. Her whole body is just it's like she's like cramped up. She can't even sit in a wheelchair. So, and she's had DBS and it didn't work. Now she's trying other options. So, but there's very few left. But she's keeping hope, and she's such a strong girl. She's even starting her own foundation for people that are really disabled in wheelchairs or not, just to get out and socialize, particularly young people or people in their 20s, because nothing like that really exists. And she never complains. She's always smiling, and her parents are fighting for her. It's just a real inspiring story. To me, it is. And we're raising money for the Estonian Medical Research Foundation, and she's starting her own foundation, and we're going to try to help that get up and running.
If you can't make it to the event and you still want to contribute, you can do so by going to dystonia-foundation.org, or you can send a donation to Pat Brogan at 1218 Cherry Blossom Drive, Hazel Township, PA 18202. If you send a check, you should make it out to the Dystonia Foundation. There's so much more to Pat Brogan's inspiring story, and I had the pleasure of talking at length with him and a few of the girls on his Crestwood team, and you can see the full story on episode 3 of Out of Left Field in December as Brogan continues to try and raise awareness and hope for those living with dystonia. That's sports for now. There's more FYI after this. Happy Wing Night. It's Wing Night at Bottlenecks. Get $2 off your order of wings or all-you-can-eat wings and boneless wings for only $14.95. Bottlenecks wings are voted best wings in the area year after year.
News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Fabio Pini of Hazelton. Services were held today under the direction of the Firo Funeral Home. Robert C. Shamblin, formerly of Hazelton. Funeral is Friday at 10:30 a.m. from the Harmon Funeral Home. Friends may call Wednesday from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. William Evans Weeks of Drums. Memorial is December 3rd at 11 a.m. in the Christ Lutheran Church. Mary Lou Alexander of Hazelton. Friends may call Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Joseph A. Moran Funeral Home. Mary Camille Bonikowski of Hazelton. Services Wednesday at 11 a.m. in the Cavalry Cemetery. The Joseph A. Moran Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. William Henry Jones Jr. of Hazelton. Arrangements will be announced by the Butler Chapel of the Crofton Hughes Funeral Home. John D. Shenyo of Zion Grove. Arrangements will be announced by the Harmon Funeral Home. And Raymond Sabo of Sandy Valley. The McHugh-Wilczek Funeral Home will announce complete arrangements.
For breaking news as it happens, go to standardspeaker.com or facebook.com/FYI News 13. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday. We'll see you again on Wednesday. Take it easy, everyone.